Hey, Bubby Trades! I wanted to do a video analysis update on the stock market. We got a lot to talk about in this video, but first, I do believe the audio problems have been fixed, so I should be able to have the emphasis, the energy, the passion that you guys like, and still make sure that audio is not a distraction in this video. Okay, but you don't really want to be, passionate in trading. You want to be, very calculated, very statistical in your approach. You don't want to have all this drama and all this emotion in your analysis. Okay, that's a big problem with a lot of traders is they're reading these news articles. They're looking at all these stories with all this drama in them. You want to be very mathematical. As I always say, traders we're STEM majors. We're not liberal arts majors. Okay, but anyway, way back in December 26, 2020, I was asked, any worry on the overall market? I said, I'll be extremely cautious if SPY is above 392 because that is the bull flag equal legs target. But overall, I think that we're going to top of this pitchfork's median. I said Nvidia, Salesforce, Microsoft, Amazon, Facebook are still below the exact same 9-2 high that QQQ, SPY, Tesla, and AMD and Google have already broken. Okay, so that just goes to show how I analyze the stock market as a whole. I look at all the components. I don't just stare at SPY all day. That was from December 26th. And then we reached 392. I said, I was still long with cash. I was looking for a dip into the low 380s. That's where we are, low 380s. That will complete wave 2 from the 129 low, and then we rocket higher for waves 3, 4, and 5, the plus 407. And I said, bulls want to pull back. If we get it, then Apple, Netflix, and AT&T will provide juicy entries, and sector rotation in the stocks that have lagged will continue to bring new leaders. Okay, so I also said in a video I did shortly afterwards on February 12th, I said we need bears to go higher, right? We don't have enough bears. We have plenty of bears now. We have plenty of bears now. I'm not going to make anyone, watch this, 37-minute video again. But thank you so much to user JK who said, LOL in the comments, how many times did Puppy say he expects a pullback, but such pullbacks are not guaranteed? So, we have been expecting this pullback. This pullback isn't surprising. Let's just look at SPY real quick and talk about, what this, wave count might look like, in the short term. I don't usually get on the very, low time frames, but actually let me zoom out real quick. So remember, we have this gorgeous pitchfork. We've had this pitchfork for a very long time. We take this low, connect it with this high and this low. We have great reactions on the median of the pitchfork, great reactions on the lower bound, reactions on the lower bound, and look, right, where are we? We're on the lower bound. You buy off the lower bound, you sell at the median. Okay, that's the idea with the pitchfork. But anyway, let's talk about that, that wave 2 that I was anticipating. And I said we want to get a dip into the low 380s. I said this on February 10th. We want a dip into the low 380s that will complete wave 2 from the 129 low. Voila, we got the dip. Okay, so let's look. I do believe we got this dip. Let's go on the short time frames. Okay, what's this look like? What's this look like in all kinds of sectors and all kinds of stocks? But we'll just focus on SPY for now. Well, from this January low, right? This was the low when everyone said Redditors were going to crash the market because GameStop was going to go up or something ridiculous like that. Some story, right? We cloned this tool. That's our wave 1. We place it at this low, and this looks like this is going to complete our low for wave 2. So I'll say right now, bears, you get below this low of 369, you win, right? Get below 369. We'll talk about the bearish scenario. You're almost there. I don't think you're going to be able to do it. Okay, this is our wave 2 low. So let's say bulls right now, we really want to have 380 hold as our wave 2 low. What would that look like? We'd have our wave 1 from this low. Then we would have an A, B, C correction. This is a very short-term time frame. Okay, 1, A, B, C, wave 2. And then we put in our wave 2 low. Okay, so as I expected, we did get our low, our dip, our wave 2 dip into the low 380s. So we're here. We had our reaction off of 380. So if 380 holds, that's the ideal scenario. Bears, now's your chance. Get below 368. Get below 368. We'll talk about some of the more bearish scenarios. I'm sticking with the more aggressive scenario right here. This is the wave 1. We have an A, B, C completion to put in our wave 2. So if 380 holds, this count's going to be perfectly valid. That's going to have our minimum, our very, very, very minimum wave 3 target for SPY is going to be 406. Okay. This was from 129 to 216. So let's say just very tight, 380 holds. Then we're going to see 406 in the next 3 weeks, definitely in the next month. Bears, like, here's your chance. Get below 368. All right, you get SPY below 368, we can start talking about your scenario. It doesn't really merit any type of acknowledgement right now, and we're going to talk about a lot of other reasons why. Okay, I also want to talk about the fact we need bears to go higher, right? That's what I was saying. In this video, I was like, we need bears to go higher. We need bears to go higher. We got our bears. Okay, so that's another reason I'm making this video. We got plenty of bears. Now, why do I think it's kind of silly to be really focusing on the super bearish scenario? Well, I said as I projected, I predicted all these bull flags, except for SOXX, but we've already gone for Tesla the length of the March low to the September high, placed at the September low, formed a bull flag. We reached the bull flag equal legs target. I said, PayPal, we're going to go from the March low to the September high, placed at the September low. We're going to reach the bull flag equal legs target. Okay, we did, and then even more impressive, the entire semiconductor sector SOXX went the length of the March low to September high, placed at the September low. What's that mean? Well, these are leading indicators. Okay, so they've all gone to the bull flag equal legs target, and you can recreate this exact same bull flag on the S&P 500 by taking this low from March, connecting with this high in September, and placing it at this low, right? So, bears, they think it's this is the top, right? We're finally at the top. I'm getting, really funny comments. This guy is just complete perma bear, been talking about bubbles and, crashes and all this stuff. He says, Puppy joined FinTwit in March of 2020, but he's got a mountain of great advice for his 20,000 followers. This is how bubbles pop. So I almost, never really get trolled, but, the bears are out in full force, and that's a good thing, right? You don't want to be in a room full of bulls. You want to be in a room full of bears, okay? And I thought this was really funny because right after he came after me for saying that, SPY was going to do what PayPal and Tesla had already done, he says that he's been long UVXY for the past 3 weeks. So it actually does say in the UVXY prospectus, you're not supposed to hold UVXY longer than one trading day because the contango, he has a 3 times leverage ETF, it's going inverted to SPY. So, these are the people who think, they're right now. I've been on record calling this market basically perfectly. No one's perfect, but I call this market better than anyone else. And I've been right since, for a while. Okay, so, Chris, you can come, join the light side, or you can keep investing in 3 times leverage ETFs. But, the point is, we've got our bears, okay? We've got our bears. Let's look at Tesla right now. The point is, we have plenty of bears. We have plenty of shorts. Why is that important? Because short sellers are the only guaranteed buyers of stocks, okay? We need short sellers. That's why we look for stocks with, high short interest. Because as soon as that stock pops a little bit, all of a sudden, boom, all these bears, they get calls from their broker, right? Because they're borrowing shares, and then their broker closes them out of positions. As some of these crypto traders learned recently, that's called liquidation, okay? But we like liquidation to the long side. We don't like to be liquidated because we're leveraged. So I don't trade with leverage. I only invest with money I have, okay? And money I can afford to lose. But anyway, let's look at Tesla right now. If we know where Tesla's going, we know where the stock market's going. Way back in October 30th, I said Tesla was going to 607 in 3 to 4 weeks. If we took this low, connected with this high and this low, we had a gorgeous Andrews pitchfork, and then Tesla went to the lower bound of the pitchfork to the median. It's going to reach 607 in 4 weeks, reach 607 in 4.5 weeks. Once I saw this breakout, I posted that the bull flag breakout was going to take Tesla all the way to 760 by March, which did happen. That's all documented. Okay, let's look at Tesla right now. Talk about a few scenarios. The most important thing I would say is that this exact same pitchfork, and we'll prove that this is the exact same pitchfork that we had marked out originally. But if we took this low, connected with this high and this low, as we did in this post, then we were going to go on a run in 3 to 4 weeks. We were going to go to the lower bound of the pitchfork. We were going to go to the median of the pitchfork. I just want to show it's the exact same low, the exact same high in September, the exact same low in September. Voila! Pitchforks, they're not magic, they're physics. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So Tesla did, of course, go to the lower bound of the pitchfork. It went to the median of the pitchfork. The median acted as a magnet, and it acted as a resistance. So this is an extremely valid pitchfork. This belongs in the Pitchfork Hall of Fame, which Twitter's pitchfork that it had this year. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous pitchfork. We take this low, connected with this high and this low. We had it all marked out beforehand, right? We had the exact same pitchfork marked out beforehand. I said, we're going to the median line. Guess what? We're at the median. We reached the median line. It acted as a magnet, and it acted as a resistance. So this is a great, spectacular pitchfork. You could have no wave theory at all. You could have no wave theory at all, and the Tesla is going to go back to the median of this pitchfork, okay? Let's talk about a few wave count scenarios, okay? Let's talk about the more conservative wave count. Let's just say right now that this is going to be an ABC correction in any type of wave count. In my opinion, that's definitely going to be an ABC correction. There's a few ways to count this, in my opinion, okay? And in wave theory, because of the fractal nature of markets, there can be multiple valid wave counts. And that's actually kind of what you want, is that, many interpretations of the wave count are saying the exact same thing. But this is a wave one, right? This was also a bull flag, but this was a wave one. I think regardless of how you count it, this has to be a wave one, okay? So that's a wave one. That's a wave two. Okay, so what's this? Well, this is the length of wave one. This is longer than wave one. So this is longer than wave one. So most people are going to say this is a 3. Okay, I think that if you say that's a 3, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm going to talk about the possible more aggressive bullish versions, because a lot of times in wave theory, a wave 5 will morph into a wave 1 on a larger degree, and I'm kind of anticipating that that's already going to happen. Okay, remember, if you don't believe in wave theory, perfect pitchfork that we already marked out. This low, this high, this low. We're going to the median line. Surprise, surprise, this low, this high, this low, we're going to the median line, okay? Let's say you say this is a wave 1, this is a wave 2, this is a wave 3, and then we have an ABC correction to complete our wave 4. Remember, in Elliott wave theory, wave 5 is at the very least, a wave 5 is the length of wave 1, all right? A wave 5 can't be shorter than wave 1 in Elliott wave theory, okay? So let's say that's our wave 4. And then we go wave 5, that's going to be at the very minimum the length of wave 1. That's going to take Tesla to 1,056. We're going to say that we want 621 to hold as the low. I really want to see this high of 607 hold. So 607, which is this high, hold. Then I am going to, or if it doesn't hold, I'm going to have to update. I really don't think this wick, this low of this wick, 621, is going to be broken. I think that we've completed an ABC correction, regardless of how you count this, and then Tesla's going to go back to the median of this pitchfork at the very minimum. Wave 5 is going to be the length of wave 1. I think that Tesla will be in the thousands in the next 1 to 2 months. Okay, 6 to 8 weeks, I would say, is my ideal time target. I'm going to talk right now about a little more bullish scenario. Okay, let's say we want to be a little more bullish, which I think is definitely merited in this situation. This is still a wave 1 for sure. This is a wave 2 low. But what if this is a wave 1 as well, okay, which we would call an Elliott wave theory a nest. So that was a perfectly valid wave count to say we're going into wave 5. But I'm going to say that a lot of times in Elliott wave theory, you're going to see a wave 5 morph into a wave 1 on the larger degree. And I'm just kind of anticipating that's already going to happen, okay? The reason that I'm anticipating this is because in Elliott wave theory, we say that wave 4 corrections are sideways. Wave 4 corrections are sideways. And then, wave 2 corrections, they scare you out. So wave 4 wears you out. Wave 2 scares you out, okay? So I think this is a wave 1, and this is a wave 2. The way that this ABC correction is, it's really dramatic. We'll look at another example in Tesla's history where we have this dramatic ABC correction. But this is a scare you out wave 2. This isn't a sideways, wear you out wave 4. I think this is a scare you out wave 2. So what I think is going to happen, and remember, if you say this is a wave 3, that's perfectly fine. What I think is really going to happen is that this is a wave 2 correction. So what Tesla really is doing is going wave 1, wave 2, wave 1, A, B, C, and it's completing another wave 2. So in LA wave theory, this is a super bullish nest. Okay, this is a super bullish nest. And then what would that mean? Well, that means that this is the wave 1, this is the wave 2, and then this is the wave 1. And you see how Tesla has this really dramatic, A, B, C, kind of scare you out, wave 2 correction. I think that's going on right now. So I think this is also a wave 1. And so if we clone wave 1 and we place it at this wave 2 low, if Tesla's above 621, this wick, I really don't want to see this wick broken, but I'm going to say right now the invalidation level is going to be 607. That's the high of this candle. So if 607, 621, if that level holds, then I expect that Tesla will go the length of wave 1, placed at this ABC correction wave 2 low. This is a 2-month run, so I expect that in the next 2 months, wave 3 actually will be more dramatic. But the very conservative target in the next 2 months will take Tesla to 1,140. Okay, so we have all the bears we need to get us there. Was the whole point of earlier in this video. But look at this, we still have this gorgeous pitchfork, right? So even if you don't believe in wave theory, I hope you believe in pitchforks. Incredible. You take this low, connect with this high and this low. Gorgeous reactions on the median, right? This is uncanny, right? When people say technical analysis doesn't work, this is not a coincidence. You take this low, connect with this high and this low, boom. Median acts as a magnet. Now we have an opportunity to buy off the lower bound. I believe that this is a wave 1 from that low. And then look at this dramatic ABC correction. I think this is a wave 2 that we are actually completing, or I should say have completed right now. So remember, we want 621, 607 to hold as a low. And then this is our wave 2. And then boom, the equal legs target is going to take Tesla to 1140 in the next 2 months. That comes from the fact that this is a move that takes less than 2 months. Okay? So let me make sure that actually 1030 to 122. So yes, this is less than 2 months. So I believe in the next 2 months, Tesla is going to reach 1140. We really want to see this wick of 621 hold as a low. Let's look at Apple real quick. Apple is a very similar story to Tesla. So we see we have a large bull flag, very clear wave 1 from the March low to the September high. We put in an ABC correction wave 2. Remember what I really like about it doesn't really matter if you don't believe in wave theory, right? Because this is a very clear bull flag. We've broken out of the bull flag, and now we've back tested this bull flag. So whenever I'm trading bull flags, I try to look for a back test because if you just trade the breakout, then you're opening up yourself to a back test. We have our wave 1, and ABC correction puts in a wave 2. I believe what's happening now is that Apple is going in wave 1, A, B, C correction, wave 2. And this is acting right now as our back test. So Apple and Tesla, I believe, are completing large degree Elliott wave nest. Wave 1, A, B, C, wave 2, wave 1, wave 2. This is less than 5 months. And we're kind of already, a month in to this bull flag breakout and back test. So I believe in the next 4 to 5 months, Apple is going to go to the wave 3 target, and it is going to reach 188 this summer. That also is going to be in conjunction with this large bull flag that we're seeing on SPY as well. So I think Apple's going to be, it's going to resume its position as a leader in this market. We'll talk about JetBlue in a second, the airlines, and kind of how we had the dash for trash in the past week or two. Okay, but we do have this pullback. I believe this pullback was sector rotation. So Apple looks really good here. But remember, we think SPY is going to break out of this bull flag, back test this bull flag at some point. And SPY is going to go to 460 this summer. So that really lines up with what we're seeing on Apple, where we have a bull flag, an ABC correction wave 2, and then we break out of the bull flag, we back test the bull flag. We have declining volume, confirming this is all bull flag consolidation. I think we're starting to see our climactic selling, and then we have a wave 1, this very dramatic A, B, C, scare you out wave 2, completing our back test. So this is wave 1, wave 2, wave 1, wave 2. This is an LA wave nest. Okay, so Apple, I really want to see 112 hold as the low. I don't ever want to see Apple below 112. We can start talking about the bearish Armageddon scenario if we ever saw Apple below 112, but we definitely can't see Apple below 103. let's say right now, a tight stop, I guess this would be a pretty reasonable stop, would be this wick low of 119, but the invalidation is going to be 112. Apple is going to go bull flag, leg one, consolidate sideways, break out of the bull flag, back test the bull flag, wave one, wave two, wave one, wave two. That's setting up Apple for a monster run. It's going to follow and do what Tesla and PayPal have already done, go to the bull flag equal legs target of 188. I think that's going to happen in the next 4 to 5 months. Okay. Now, let's talk real quick about a bloody scenario, right? What if, what happens if Tesla breaks below this low of 621, right? Is all hell gonna break loose? I don't think so. Okay, so we're starting to see some really, really good buying opportunities for long-term investing. Leap option traders. Some really, really good setups that I've been looking for long-term investing when I was saying, hey, we're looking for, a dip. I said we've been looking for a dip, and we wanted a dip, and that AT&T, Apple, and Netflix, those were going to be the stocks that we wanted to get into on our dip. I said that we really wanted a dip, and I believe we're starting to see some incredible opportunities. So this is Lordstown Motors. This is an electric vehicle company. I've talked a lot about this stock, but wow, I really like, not investment advice. This was one of my top stocks for 2021 beyond. I love shares of Lordstown Motors. Okay, large degree, wave one, wave two, wave one, wave two, wave one, wave two. This is a massive nest, right? And I've said before, this is an example of a leading diagonal, by the way. So a lot of people will say, oh, this is a rising wedge reversal pattern. We call that the rookie wedge, right? This is a very important pattern to recognize, but because it's a leading diagonal, okay? This is very bullish, and I think we're getting, our wave too low. I am a Lordstown Motors shareholder. I'm looking to add shares. I actually really like it at this level right now, but I don't want to see Lordstown Motors ever go below 12.80. As a shareholder, I think this setup gives any option trade a run for its money. I really like the electric vehicles as long-term holdings in my personal portfolio. So Lordstown Motors, wave one, wave two, wave one, wave two, wave one, wave two. This is a small cap electric vehicle company. This stock IPO'd less than a year ago. This is a growth stock, and I really like it here. Okay, I really like this whole sector. And so what I'm saying is that if Tesla, let's say, for instance, that Tesla does break below this low and the electric vehicle stocks take another leg lower, what I'm saying is, I'd be buying these electric vehicle stocks like Ride, Li Auto, Fuve, Acromoto. I'd be buying that hand over fist, as a shareholder, okay? Li Auto, I love this one. I love this one. Look at this. Wave one, wave two, wave three, wave four, wave five completes a large degree wave one. An A, B, C correction puts in a wave too low. I don't think Li Auto is going to go below 23.55. Let's say the invalidation level right now is going to be 17.92. We'll call that 18. But I don't think that this, so we could say a tight stop is going to be 23.55. I love Li Auto. I love Lordstown Motors, kind of paired together as small cap electric vehicle share holdings for myself personally, okay? What if, all hell breaks loose, Tesla breaks below 621? Well, I'll tell you what I'll honestly be doing, besides getting into Li Auto even more, besides getting into Lordstown Motors even more, besides getting into Acromoto even more. There's two setups I'm really looking for, okay? This is First Solar. First Solar is getting into second mortgage levels. I'll be honest, this got very close to second mortgage levels right here. Let's look at the long-term chart, then we'll zoom in on the short-term chart. Okay, so this is a wave one. This is the 5-year chart. This is the 10-year chart. Okay, I'm talking about Li Auto, Lordstown Motors, and First Solar. As possible, really nice shareholding opportunities. But this is a wave one and a wave two. This is a wave one and a wave two. And we'll talk about the shorter term chart. But what I'm saying is, First Solar, this is one, this is a great one long term. This is an incredible one long term. Honestly, you could probably zoom out and say this is the wave one, ABC wave two low, but you don't even need to, in my unprofessional opinion. This is wave one, wave two, wave one, wave two. I'll go ahead and label those ABC corrections, but this is a 10-year base. that First Solar is breaking out of, and that's another reason I'm treating the whole stock market. Camping World, we love, right? I love. I look at so many stocks that have just incredible, long-term setups. We talked about JetBlue as an incredible long-term setup, and it went from 14 to almost 20, in less than a couple of weeks. And I think that's an example of our dash for trash. I made a video in late January about the airlines as well, the cruise lines, and that sector did extremely well. So I think we are seeing kind of the dash for trash, and then we are going to have a rotation back into the stay-at-home sector. I just made a video on that, but we're going to get back into the large caps. We're going to get back into Apple. We're going to get back into Tesla. But this is First Solar right here. 1 ABC2, 1 ABC2, massive 10-year nest. Then boom, we break out of this huge nest, right? So I've been looking into getting the shares of First Solar. I can't believe we got this dip. I honestly didn't even think we would get this dip. But First Solar, if Tesla does break below 621, I'll tell you the first thing I'll be doing is seeing where the hell is FSLR. It's going to be that shut up and take my money meme. Because, oh man, this is a wave 1. This is a wave 2. So we just talked about how it was a massive nest on the 10-year chart, but even on the 1-year chart, oh my gosh. If I saw FSLR, I'm going to say 72. We'll call that the sell your kidney number. You see First Solar at 72. Do what you want, but you guys know what I'll be doing. I'll be aiming into that. As a shareholder, possibly as a long-term, leap option holder. But what I'm saying is, if Tesla does fall, I'd be buying Li Auto hand over fist. I'd be buying Lordstown Motor hands over fist. I'd be buying FSLR hands over fist. I don't think I'm going to get a dip further, unfortunately. So I'm kind of sad. I hope I'm wrong that Tesla has bottomed, because I want to see it a little more lower in this market so I can get First Solar in the mid-70s. I'd love to get Li Auto a little lower as well. Right, but the whole point is there's some incredible setups. We talked about AT&T ad nauseum. Let me just finish up First Solar. What I'm saying is this is a massive nest. This is oh my god, right here. I wanted to get in this real bad, and then this is a huge nest on the 10-year chart. I love First Solar as a long-term investment. I love Li Auto as a long-term investment. I love Lordstown Motors as a long-term investment. Those are my unprofessional opinions. So if there's an even bigger dip in this market, we're going to see some second mortgage opportunities, in my opinion. And second mortgage, that's obviously a joke, but just to emphasize how incredible of a long-term opportunity that would be. This is AstraZeneca right here. Oh my goodness! If we get any lower in this market, I've been praying that AstraZeneca, I'm gonna say 42. That's kind of my sell my kidney level for AstraZeneca. Obviously, that's a joke. Don't sell your kidneys, but wave 1, ABC, wave 2. If I got AstraZeneca at 42, I would, throw my house into this, literally bet the farm. But this is wave 1, ABC, wave 2. If I ever got AstraZeneca, below 43, you don't even need to ask. I've bought, as many shares and as many leap calls as I can get my hand on. This is a gorgeous setup for AstraZeneca. Wave 1, ABC, wave 2. I'd be buying this hand over fist. What's the whole point? I'm saying even if there was lower in the market, you shouldn't be looking to short. In my professional opinion, there's just, a plethora of opportunities. I'm honestly really pissed I didn't buy more Li Auto at 23.50.